So, jujitsu. What did you think?
Mm. I knew it was gonna be bad. I didn't know it was gonna be that bad. I'll say that. I thought it was gonna be just a simple movie. Oh, we have it's like Predator. You know, the Predator shows up throughout the course of the movie. He works his way through the team. Then at the end, he has to fight Arnold. That's what I thought this was gonna be, and it's like it was, but then it wasn't. It was.
Uh,
What
okay.
did you think, good sir?
I thought it was 130 minutes of torture. Like for the first hour. No, for the first I'd say 30 minutes, I was like, why am I watching this? Why is this a thing? Also, who greenlit this and said, you know what? Let's do that. You
So,
know,
so
like,
somebody must have been on that good stuff
like it had to
because,
be a pitch.
and it's like I tell you when I knew it was going to be bad. I knew it was going to be bad. I don't know when you started it. I watched it from the very
I
beginning.
I started it from the very beginning when Nicolas Cage showed up with the Asian hat and everything
Okay,
in the boat. Yeah.
just before that, you remember when he was running through the woods, right?
Yeah.
And he got to like the cliff and jumped off, and he got hit in the back with the shurikens.
Yep. And they bounced off of him.
No,
Like,
well, I'll do you one better. Well, I'll do you two better than that. When he first hit that cliff, and the camera was like showing him going through the foliage. When
mhm,
he was running, he had the hood on, and he had like the
mhm,
little cape thing because it was trailing behind him. When he hit the
mhm.
foliage, it was like showing from his back. When the camera made it through the foliage, he wasn't wearing that hoodie no more. Like it
Yeah.
magically disappeared. And then when he got hit in the back with the shurikens, they hit him in the back and just number one, they didn't stick in his back like they should have. They just magically
That's what I'm saying.
disappeared, because they were
They
CG.
bounced off. Like
Well, not even that. Not
you can
even.
see them like hit and then they kind of like floated away and then when they floated away they just bloop bloop. Oh, hey,
Well, not
the
even that,
fuck?
because it's like when he pulls him the boat and you see it's like, oh, he got these two wounds, but
Yeah.
when he's falling, it's like his shirt wasn't cut because he didn't really get hit with shurikens. Like it was just like I seen that, I was like, oh, it's gonna be one of those kind of movies.
Yeah. Yeah. Special effects. I feel like the special effects were like, we can do this, we can do that, but it's one of those you can do it, but you won't do it right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you won't follow through to detail, unless they didn't have the budget for it. How did you feel about the story? I'm just gonna say it for you. What story? There was no fucking story. Like there was no
Like,
story at all. It was how can we get to the next fight scene?
yeah, like it was like if you've seen the first Jason Bourne movie, you've seen the first half of this movie, and then the second half was like, oh, just alien guy fighting shit. That's it was like from scene to scene. There was no flow. There was no.
Um, I don't insult Jason Bourne movies. Don't do that.
They
I
did it.
would not
They did. Look,
compare
look, look.
this to a
He
Jason
got.
Bourne.
Look, he got hit. He fell in the water. He pulled him out. He had amnesia. I'm like, as soon as I
Oh
seen
yeah, the
that, I
amnesia
was.
part.
As
Yeah.
soon as I seen that, I was like, okay, wow, that's Jason Bourne. Like literally shot for shot. Like it was the same beat as the first Jason Bourne movie.
Except in the Jason Bourne movie, he was at least learning shit as he went
Yeah.
about who he was. And like
See
at the
that.
end of the movie, he was like, "Oh, I remember exactly who I am."
See, that's what I thought this was gonna be, because like the whole first half of the movie is like, oh, he doesn't remember everything. So I'm like, okay, is he gonna learn some jujitsu superpowers and progress through the movie like a video game where you get better and better and better until you fight the boss? But it was just like, no, everybody else did fighting around him. He had a couple scenes, but didn't really do anything, and he ran away for like 90% of
He barely fought. He barely fought
Yeah.
at all. Like the only people that he fought were like the regular soldier guys. All right, so check this out. So we got Tony Jaa, who
Mm-hmm.
didn't really do Tony Jaa things, right?
No.
For a good majority of the movie. Like all those like really cool fancy things he used to do back in the day with like protector and all that
I
other
saw
shit.
one knee and one elbow come out of him.
I saw it, but they didn't look like they hurt. You know what I mean? They didn't really do anything.
Nah. Mm-mm.
Um, uh, yeah. So you got that. I feel like he was supposed to be the draw for the martial arts part of the movie, and I got disappointed. Seeing, okay, mm. You know what? Fuck it. So the acting, right?
Oh, you want to call it that? Okay. Who was
I
the
remember
best? Let me just say that. Who was the best in the movie?
who was the best actor in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing. I'm gonna say Nicolas Cage, but I don't want to. I don't want to mean it, right? Internally, I don't want to mean it. But the only reason I say that Nicolas Cage was the best quote unquote actor is because he basically is playing a character that he's played throughout his entire career, like crazy, manic,
eccentric,
eccentric person. Honestly, I think he was a little bit more mellow in this than he has been in like previous films. And I was like, you know what? He's being him, right? I can't say that Nicolas Cage won't be Nicolas Cage in the movie. You know what I mean? I got exactly what I thought I was gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
With everybody else though, I can't, as an actor, I'm subjective to this shit. I can't blame them for their acting skills because their facial expressions are there, but the words suck.
So like, the writing and the directing is bad. That's what you're saying.
The writing was fucking horrible. One, you don't even have beats. You know what I mean? Like everything is supposed to have a beat. You got the start of the movie. Who okay? You show your hero. Who is he? What does he do? Well, MacGuffin, he don't know who the fuck he is. He don't know where he's at.
Yeah.
He knows very bits and pieces. Like, this is important. I don't know why it's important, but it's important. How does it work? I don't fucking know. It's like,
yeah, you have to do the movie around the movie because he doesn't know who he is.
Exactly. But as you got people popping up and they're not even telling the character who the fuck he is or why they're there, it's like, you're not saying anything. And I, as the audience, am just as lost
confused
as the fucking character as he is. So as I'm watching the first beat, okay, introduction sucked. Tony Jaa shows up out of nowhere at his military compound, starts whooping ass for no reason.
We need to go. Like, who the fuck are you?
There was a part. I don't know, yo, do you have the movie pulled up?
I can pull it up. I don't have it pulled up at the second.
My goodness. Pull the movie up.
You want to show it? Okay.
Yeah, you got to pull this movie up.
All right, hold on.
All right, so check this out. This is where we start the action. You got 4 monks walking. And
I forgot all about that. He just pulling an Assassin's Creed.
He ain't wearing the same shit, bro. He ain't even wearing the same shit. He's just like sitting there chilling.
Out there being like Altair, just chilling in the background, you know?
How you don't see him?
And then, what's the point? If you're just gonna come out and walk to the front door, then you ain't speaking.
Pause it right here. So check this out. No words. I'm just gonna run up and whoop your ass for no reason. Like he didn't say, look, I know the guy. You know what I'm saying? Somebody missing. Blah blah blah. You know what? You got to come with us. Boom. That's when you start the fight scene. Not just some. Oh yeah, I feel like whooping some ass right now. You know. So,
wow, that wasn't even the part I was talking about. I forgot all about that.
So here, right after this guy gets laid out, watch the next dude. This dude.
Draw your gun, like.
Pull your fucking gun out, bro. What the fuck you doing? What are you doing? Nigga panicked for a second. He was like, oh. Please.
Just shoot him,
he gets laid out. Nigga, pull your gun. At least try. Don't be that nigga that got laid out without drawing your gun. You know what I mean? Like, what happened? Like, you got laid out too. Yeah, but at least we shot at him. Are you military? Are these people military? Are they like soldiers for fortune? Because if so, you mean to tell me one Asian dude scared the hell out of you that much you can't even draw your weapon?
Nobody like shot this dude. He's just one guy. He don't even have guns.
Boy. I'd have quick dribble, man. You call me wide open there, but
It was like, not even gonna take my gun out the holster. I'm just gonna
you know
point
what
it
I mean?
forward and shoot you.
I pull that thing so fast, I rip my belt off. You know what I mean? My pants fall down, just shooting at the holster. If you that afraid, like, come on, dog.
Yeah.
So it was like little stupid parts like that
Throughout
that
the whole
happened
movie.
throughout the whole damn movie, and then the fighting sucked. It's like they knew where they were gonna hit. So at one point, Tony Jaa, like, he would block
Mm.
before the hit came, and then the hit came. There was parts where they would throw people, but they would fall in the opposite direction.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wait, what the fuck is going on here?
It's like it's instead of most like how most movies they do quick cuts and it's hard to follow the action. This they didn't do a whole lot of quick cuts, but it was just bad choreography.
They should have.
Like this felt like it's. You ever see a movie where it's like they don't do the prime example? You ever watch Iron Fist season 1?
Yeah. Ugh.
It's like that. It's like when you
Oh,
go in and you tell your actors like, "Oh, don't worry, just throw a punch like this," but without actually doing the choreography and training them and having stunt people do it. It's like it looks like shit.
Iron Fist still had better choreography than this.
Yeah,
The
you're right.
first season still looked better than this bullshit. And then when you showed me the camera angles, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I was like, what fucking witchcraft is this?
You want me to show that on here? Because I can. Cause
Yes, man. Yes, dog. I could tell you exactly where to start it.
Yeah, because that was some bullshit too.
Yeah, you know what? Start at 21 minutes. Like you can see what they were trying to do, but they just didn't follow through with it.
Okay.
There was I feel like the camera work was, right here, was so inspirational. Like, it was always inspired by something else. Like, this part right here is supposed to be one of those long take.
Mm-hmm. Like, he didn't even punch the guy right there.
Didn't even punch him. It's supposed to be a long take fight scene. So he's like that. Like, he's waiting on it. He's like, don't hit me.
No, like, the part that got me was when he pushed the guy into because we're looking at the view of the main character right now. And he's gonna like, wait, what?
That doesn't happen yet. I just want to show this part.
Okay.
So this is him still going through, trying to get to that guy.
Okay.
No, you keep going. Yeah. So he runs up. He barely even kicks him in the chest, so he falls over. Now, right here, when he goes over there, this is supposed to be like that one long take.
Trying to be like that raid hallway, the better movie he was in.
Exactly. And it, like, the take doesn't work out. Boom, boom. Okay, that looks legitimate. That looks legitimate. Okay, he gets back up. Boom, he falls. So when he falls over, you see that weird transition right there?
Mm.
It's not a long take. That's the transition. Now he goes over here.
Yeah, he kicks the guy through the thing or something, right?
Yeah, he kicks back through, but it's like, what happened over there though? Like show bodies flying over the wall or something. All right, so pause right here. That woman, the first that you see, go back like 10 seconds. Like, I was surprised to see her in here. I'm about to say there's actually like a button that's like the 10 seconds next to the pause.
I didn't even see that.
Right there.
I get you. Crap. Her.
Yeah. So this chick is actually one of the leads on a TV show that I used to watch. A streaming episode or series or whatever. It's called The 100.
Okay. I've heard about that and seen a few episodes of it.
Yeah. So she went from being like this scared little girl to like this kind of badass that was like a leader of a tribe or whatever in this show, which it was kind of hard for me to like the show because I feel like, anytime I see like a white person get like lead native people like that's like ethnic, it's like I cringed a little bit. You know what I mean? It's the same way when I see like dreads and shit on white people. It's like, okay, don't beaded hair and shit. It's like, okay, fine, whatever. But so I seen how she acts, right? As a badass, and that I'm like, she's good. Like, I like her in that kind of.
Mm.
You know, she would be good in this. And I'm seeing her talk and interact with the main guy, and I'm like, see, the acting is kind of there, but it's like it's the dialogue. The dialogue sucks. That's what's going on. Like the dialogue is really fucking bad, you know. And then the editing, the cut scenes and shit, that's really bad, and it's making the actors themselves
Look
horrible. You know what I mean? If I was a casting director and I saw this film, I'd have been like, nah, I'm good. Yeah, I mean, it's
we'll call you when you like,
shit.
you know, we'll see what happens.
Bruh. I'll be taking headshots and fucking shredding them hoe. Like, let me put this away. Let me file this away. You know, like that's how that would be. So you can play this.
Okay.
Here's the other thing that's wrong with this. None of these people have weapons training.
Oh yeah, you can see that definitely.
Yeah. So boom, he does that. I don't know why he didn't. I don't know how he missed. So she shows up, doesn't draw her, and then watch this. And then she's flailing on the ground. All he did was trip her.
Yeah, why isn't she getting up and still fighting right now?
Yeah, it's one of those like when I feel like the director who's watching this probably wasn't there at this point.
Here we go. This is the part I was talking about. This first and the third person bullshit. Like, watch, he's gonna throw the guy to the main character.
Yep, and then
we're in first person.
He's gonna fumble. Look, he fumbled with his hand, bro.
Now, mind you, this is the first time this has happened in this movie. This isn't like, oh, this has been a reoccurring thing. It's just like, no, like a quarter of the way in, it's like, what the fuck? But
it didn't work in Doom, and it doesn't work now.
No.
Like, you know what? I'll take that back. Even as much as I didn't like seeing that in Doom, like the movie, because I know what they tried to do. They at least tried to make it like the video game.
And now it's back to third person.
this worked worse than what they did in Doom. Like, it didn't make any sense.
Yeah, the only time it works in first person, and I've seen it, it was in a movie that came out a few years ago. What was it called? I want to say like Hardcore Henry. But the whole movie was in first person from the main character's perspective.
This part right here. That's the only Tony Jaa thing that he did in this fucking movie, dog. That's the only thing. And then now they sit the camera down on a rucksack or some shit. Like bring in the apple crate, and he's like bloop, and then now he runs out there. Oh my god!
Oh, this fighting is so bad. It's like, this would be fun if like I haven't been watching Asian kung fu movies and martial arts movies for like the past 20 years.
And then wait, go back. Did you see that transition?
No, I wasn't really.
Go back, what's the transition? Like,
the nuts? You ever seen it on his dick? I remember thinking that when I was first watching it a couple days ago. Like, dick transition. Like, it was just so bad because it's like this kind of camera work is only during this fight scene. Like, it makes no sense.
I know.
And then this guy.
It's so weird, and then you got this weird explosion
out of nowhere. Like, what blew up? There was no building there. You had a window and a wall. Like, what blew up?
Like, was there a rocket coming at you? Anything like that? Okay. And then, like, right here, that's when it gets a weird again. When you get into that field, they have a fight, right?
No, they talk for 2 minutes, and then it's like, oh, let's have another fight scene.
Yeah. So they talk, another fight scene, but then the alien hits them with something.
Yeah, that somehow knocks everybody back and splits up the group for no reason, because these two guys are all the way over here, and these three guys are all the way over here, and they got to run back to it.
And nobody asked questions. Nobody said anything.
Nobody
was like, what the hell just happened?
We just got knocked back like 500 feet, but everybody's fine.
All right.
Let's continue where we were going.
Yeah, like, what?
Alien dude didn't. Yeah, like, he ain't follow up. Like, he ain't try to kill him or nothing. It was just...
Alien was just a dick. He was just like, let me push these niggas in the chest real quick. Bye. You know what I mean? It's like, Peace, bitches. And then he walked away. It's like, what? Why would you do that? Just like, I was so confused, man. Like, I was confused for the majority of the film. And then I guess the piece on top of that was you could tell first off, the alien looked like the same alien from
Lost in Space.
Lost in Space. Yes. Can we please pull up a picture? Like, can you fast forward to the alien and I'll get a picture for you for the Lost in Space monster.
All right, hold on. I'll skip to the end where they got the full body shots.
Bruh. Look at this.
Let me see if I can just do one of these real quick. Yeah, he do.
Just hit, yeah.
There
Look, bruh. Look. It's a cosplayer. It's a cosplay interpretation. That's what it is.
Got the ridges in it and everything. Because let's add some heat vents on ours instead of purple things.
Yeah. How do we make this? It's in the same location. It's at the chest. He got the shoulder pads with the ridges on it. It's the exact same. Well, not the exact same thing. It's like here's
incredibly similar.
Our version. Yeah, here's our version, and then here's China's version. You got Power Rangers, and then you got Power Cops.
Power Cops. Oh man.
You got Transformers, and then you got Transistors. You know what I mean? It's like,
but yeah.
It's like, wait, what? I was. It's like this throughout the entire movie. Just like this, it's like weird budget cut things and like the dialogue sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was that part, like I told you before. Literally, the Asian dude lives, the Japanese guy lives, and he's like, you got 6 seconds after you hurt him, he'll heal.
See, when I was watching that, I got that like the first time they showed the alien get hurt. It's like every time he gets hurt, he heals. It's like you can't just see that. You need somebody to tell you his weakness.
Well, I think it's like he was talking about like the death part. Like he got hurt so bad that it looked like he died.
Yeah.
When he fought him, and then it took him 6 seconds to heal from that. But he told him that window. And I was like, ooh. So then when he shows up at the temple, black dude comes in. I got grenades, y'all. Yeah. I got grenades, y'all. And I'm like, I see what's going to happen. You know what I mean? You put a hole in them, you stick a grenade in them, and you let it fly.
Yep. See, when you said that when we were watching it a few minutes ago, that's why I was quiet, because I was going to say something like, oh, funny you should say that, but then that would give it away. So I didn't say I just kept my mouth shut.
5 minutes later, random old Asian lady shoots him with a shotgun. Oh, look, how convenient. A grenade-sized hole right in his chest. And funny that's like that, because you actually have grenades. But what do? They don't stick them in there.
They run away. They run away.
Why are you running? Stick one in him and then leave. You know what I mean? And then towards the end of the movie, of course, you gotta have a fight scene.
Of course, you gotta
have a fight scene with Nicolas Cage in it, and then he dies. Oh, let's not even talk about that fucking bullshit right there. Nicolas Cage had one of the best fight scenes in the entire movie. Now it makes sense why everybody else has sucked. You can't have Nicolas Cage in a fight scene and he looks like he's like not as good as everybody else. He has to look better. So you got to tone down everybody else's shit because you got to make the star look good.
I don't think they thought about it that much.
No, they probably didn't. But like his fight scene was really damn. Like his sword play was really good, which to me that's weird because he's not Japanese. You know, like the Japanese guy with the sword.
Neither was the alien, but
yeah, that's true. That's true. And it's weird that the Japanese guy gives him his sword before he dies, and it's like, here, But I'm like, he never used his own damn sword to fight him in the first place.
Mm.
Well, he's Japanese. He has a sword. They're samurai. They always have swords. It's like, but he didn't use it though. Yeah, well, yeah. This whole movie's like a fucking stereotype of everything. So, so you got this guy showing up, talking to I want to say Luke Cage, but talking to Nicolas Cage, and they get into a fight. Nicolas Cage fucking beats his ass,
whoops the main character's ass, and while he's talking shit about him.
Yeah, makes it look like a joke.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of the movie, Nicolas Cage fights the robot and loses.
And the main character beats the robot and wins. It's like, wait a minute. If Nicolas Cage, yeah, like if you lost Nicolas Cage, shouldn't you lose to the robot since the robot beat? I'm about to say it too. Since he beat Luke Cage.
Exactly. So if we go by like death battle logic, it would make sense. It would make like so really he fought him and lost to him, but then he fights him and loses, and then he fights him, he shouldn't win. Like that's how that works. But somehow he cut some holes into him with the sword or whatever, and then they stick grenades in him and take about 30 seconds. 30 plus seconds to actually kick him back into the hole so he can blow up, knowing that these grenades only have like a 5 or 6 second cook time. Movie magic. 30 seconds. It'll go off when it needs to go off.
Right. He had just enough time to do like an 80s martial arts American movie action pose and then kick this, the alien into the space portal. Super weird.
This movie was so bad it was entertaining.
See, it's like I want to say that because I've seen great bad movies that are just super shitty. They're funny. But this, to me, I didn't get that. It was like, okay, I'm watching this because I'm bored. But like, it's like the only thing I would expect to be decent in this would be the fighting. Everything else I knew was going to be garbage. But it's like, even the fighting was bad. So it's like, what good qualities did this movie have?
That's what I'm saying. It's like the movie's so bad, you don't like, all right, I didn't really want to watch it, but because I was so far into it, I was like, I just want to see how much worse could this movie get. Yeah.
The train wreck.
So, that's it. That's it. People watch NASCAR, right? To see who wins. I watch it for the train wreck. Like, I watch it to see, like, how many cars is going to happen in this pile up right here?
See, the problem with that, just because you mentioned it, our generation, we fucked up with NASCAR because we seen Days of Thunder back in the day. And everybody assumed that's how NASCAR was, and it's not. NASCAR is one of those boring sports ever. But that movie ruined it.
Again, it's boring as shit until you see a pile up. Man, I remember I was walking through Chili's one time, and I see NASCAR up there, and we walked by, and I was like, you know what? I only watch NASCAR for the pile up. And then I like literally as soon as I said that, one of the first cars literally created a 9-car pile up. I was like, oh shit.
It's like, oh my God. It's like, I had a sexy girl next to me.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like, where's it's like, what happened to my superpower?
She'll be here later. She'll be here later. Yeah. No. I feel like movies like Sharknado, those are bad movies.
Yes.
But they're supposed to be.
And they make tons of money. Movie. Yeah.
Yeah. This was a really bad movie. But it wasn't supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was like it was trying to be super serious, and it's like I feel like it would have been better if they were making fun of, let's say, martial arts movies and I guess the premise of the movie. It would have been better. But it's like, no, they're trying super serious with this dumb plot, the dumb fighting. And it's like, that's why I said, that's why I said to you, I feel like this is either somebody's pet project, like they really wanted to make this, like this was their baby, or this was like a complete experiment. We'll just see how many wacky things we could do because we have the license or whatever to make the movie.
I think it's somebody's pet project because Honestly, this, like I said before, this feels like a bunch of actors,
Mm.
like, no, I don't want to say B-list actor. Like, I don't want to insult another actor by calling them A, B, or C-list actors. Like, I
Yeah,
really
no,
don't.
yeah, I know what you mean.
But like, I want to say that these are TV, not like TV actors, as well as like co-star and side actors, like
Yeah,
side character actors
not
that had
not not
enough,
not lead actors.
not leads. Yeah,
Yeah,
like they can, honestly, some of them can be leads in their own thing, right?
yeah, yeah, most definitely.
And actually be good. But I feel like a bunch of them came together and said, "Hey, I got this much money. Let's pool it together. Go shoot in Malaysia because it's cheap,
Mm.
and do this movie." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but
and I,
usually when things like that, there's a point to it. Like,
yeah,
what's the
the point
point
is to try to get
of
exposure.
with what?
They thought they
They thought this was gonna be the shit.
that's what I'm saying. Not all actors are writers. You know what I mean? Not all actors are
So,
directors.
so
You
you're
know what I
saying
mean?
people need to stay in their lane?
With this, hell yeah. Um, I'm saying this because that's just a theory. That's my theory that
Mm.
that's what happened. But you can see, like, if this is from Dimitri Lok, I can't even pronounce his last name, and he's the
Logothesis.
director. Good old college try. He's the director of Kickboxer Retaliation, which
So that's like what kickboxer 7 or 8. I mean, if you count all of that, yeah.
that. I think that's one of the ones where John Claude Van Damme was not in it. Like
Yeah,
that
yeah, he was
was.
only in like what the first two, and then it was the other.
I want to say, well, I think it was three. He was in the first three,
Really?
and then after that, it went to like some other dude.
I remember it was this other tall white guy. As a matter of fact, the guy was in the guy who that franchise went to was in Alter Carbon. You remember in season 1, the company guy, the military guy who was chasing after the main character.
Yeah.
That was the guy Kickboxer went to.
Oh, hold up. You talking about the main character?
No, not the main character. The guy who trained the main character when he went to work for the military. The guy who taught him in the military. He was the guy
Oh,
who hooked him up to the mind machine and was like, "Oh, we're gonna
yeah,
do this, this, and this." That guy.
yeah.
He was the guy
Okay, yeah,
Kickboxer
yeah,
went to.
yeah. Isn't that the one with like the weird ponytail? He was like,
I don't know if he had a
oh,
ponytail in that, but he's always been in tons of stuff, and I know he was a B-rate martial arts guy back in the day too.
yeah. I'm looking at it. That's the one with Mike Tyson. Yep, Mike Tyson was in that Kickboxer Retaliation.
Yeah.
My goodness. You know what? Van Damme was in there.
Oh, he was actually in that one.
He was just old. He was an old guy.
Okay, I think I know what
So
you're talking about then. Yeah.
yeah, this is where where he shows back up and like it's all about like the whole kickboxing thing. He just like did like this little
Yeah, he's training a younger guy, right? And that.
yeah
Yeah, I think I know what you're
yeah
talking about. Yeah. Where that was
huh
something else. I think if I remember right, they shot it in like Vietnam or something like that.
yep.
Yeah.
And the dude that the like the main villain of it, like the guy that he had to fight was the guy that played the Mountain on
Mm.
Game of Thrones, like that
Yeah, big
giant
buff
like
white guy.
yeah Thor
Yeah.
looking motherfucker. Yeah.
Mm.
I forgot. I think that's one of his names. Like I think his name was like Thor or some shit like that, in like his nickname or whatever. Huge ass dude.
Mm.
Um, yeah, yeah, but like that's the director. So if
Yeah.
maybe they hired him, or maybe it's the director's project, and he was just
He had
looking for actors.
connections to pull these actors together, but yeah.
The only thing I could think of is like everybody passed, like people that he probably wanted actually passed on the movie, and this is who he can get.
Mm.
But there's some, to me, there's some really good, like Frank Grillo, like
Yeah, he's been making movies like I mean, granted, he's been known to do things for a check, like that Bruce Willis movie from a year or two ago. But Tony Jaa, like he's hot shit. I mean, maybe he's not no more, but I know he's been in tons of shit here and there.
yeah,
Even the
when he
Fast and
was
Furious
younger.
friend. I mean, even just a couple years ago, even with the Fast and the Furious franchise, he's been in that. If you want to count it, the Triple X franchise. Um,
Oh, dang, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he was in The Raid and those other Asian movies that he's been in recently. I mean, usually he's a bankable thing because it's like if you have him in it, at least you're gonna see some cool action in it. But
maybe it was supposed to be better. They just dropped the ball somewhere. But just
somewhere they dropped the ball. Every time they handled it, they fumbled that shit.
Well, no, I can't say that. The alien fight scenes against the main characters, they were really legit. It's just like everything else about the movie was just like, I feel like this is where, how can we make really cool fight scenes? Cool. Mm-hmm. We got that now with the main characters and the aliens, but now like let's just create a bullshit story around it. Yeah. And that's what it feels like. Also, we did see some jiu-jitsu in it. There were some arm bars here and there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
they didn't
surprising.
work.
I was expecting no jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, me too. Like it didn't work at all. Like because fucking Alien is strong, so
Alien was cheating his ass off.
Well, yeah.
It was watchable. I mean, I guess that's what you're saying because we both watched it.
Was it? No, it wasn't. I watched it again. Like if I had anything else to do, I would have did it. Like I would have rather balanced a checkbook, someone else's checkbook. I'd have rather did my damn taxes than this shit.
It's not that bad. YouTube, he's over exaggerating.
No.
I will say this.
It's great for a YouTube compilation of fight scenes. Yes, I would say that. I would say that if you find a fight scene compilation of this, watch it, laugh at it, and then watch it. Like watch it and then laugh after it, and then don't watch this.
I would say, look, if you're bored one day, you don't got nothing else to do, and I mean nothing else.
So much better stuff to do out there.
Go get your favorite drink of choice.
And go outside. Get some sunlight. Walk your dog. Write a poem. Fucking take a long drive. Go to the beach. With your mask on, of course. Go fishing. Shit. Fishing is more exciting than this. And fishing, all you're doing is waiting. Like, there's better stuff to do. Download Pokemon Go. Something. Do something else.
So you try to say people should clean their house over watching this movie?
Bruh, if I had a Bluetooth speaker, I would have been cleaning my room while watching this movie. I would have. Like, yeah. I only watched it because you was like, hey, watch this 2 minutes of this fight scene. And then it was just like, oh, train wreck. Gotta see how bad it is. I have to. I have to. I get entertained because I am entertained by how bad shit is. Mm-hmm. That's my entertainment. It's like, whew, that was a bad one. like that's the only reason why I kept watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's like, how bad can this movie be? Watched it, pretty fucking bad.
I'll say this:
wouldn't want to watch it again.
Avatar was better than this.
Ooh,
yeah. Think about it. I'll make that claim.
Right. Avatar still had a story.
Yeah. You can somewhat follow it. It was shitty, but it was there.
Yeah. You still get story even if it was just like talking and exposition the whole fucking time.
This was like, we don't believe in exposition. We're just gonna be like, hey, look, here's our 5 minute of setup.
Bro,
that's all you get.
As soon as I heard the dialogue at the beginning with the captain talking to the black dude Tex or whatever, it's like he don't seem like he's military and he don't seem like he's in charge. And then when it got to the
oh, my bad for talking over you, but I'll tell you what it reminded me of. It reminded me of porn actors when they try to do like a legit scene.
Yes.
That's how bad it was.
Yes. That's exactly what it was. I'm like, someone about to pop a titty out. I don't know how you gonna pay for this ride home.
Yeah,
you know, right? Like, yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna pay for it either. Oh, you know what? I know what you can do. Oh, well, what is that? It's like, oh, no.
It was one step above that. It wasn't good.
Just get to it, please. Just get to it. I got shit to do. Get to the good part. Like like when they were in the field and he was talking because he doesn't know who he is. They were like, what the fuck was his name? Jake or some shit? Jake.
Oh, something stupid.
Don't look away from me, Jake.
You don't recognize me, Jake? You don't know who we are? Like, they said that like 15 times in that scene.
Yeah, you don't know me? Who are you? Who am I? Are you really asking me that? I was like,
yes,
yeah, well,
obviously.
He is. He literally just said that twice. And he's like, I don't know you. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, he ain't doing shit. He's asking you a question. What he's doing is standing there asking you, who the fuck are you? And he's like, you don't know me? Do you know me? I know you. Well, you don't know me? You don't know her? I'm like, this nigga don't know nobody, dog. Say, who the fuck you are? Who are you? Maybe if you give him something, he can give you something. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And then like Asian chick, I don't know her name. What's her name? You know her name?
Juju Chan? Only because I'm assuming her name's right there at the top.
Okay, maybe. Okay.
I mean, so, that might be the other generic Asian chick in the movie.
She walks up to him, hits him on the chest, and then puts her hand on his chest like she's trying to hug him.
Yeah, like one of those caressing moments. He's like, look,
yeah.
You know, he had to pull who was that actor? What's that? Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves.
Fans, he had to pull one of those. Like, I'm not touching him.
Ain't finna cancel my ass, yo. And he's like, and then she notices that she's like, Jake. I'm like, how many times these motherfuckers gonna say his name? Hey, at least you know who you are now. You know your name at least. Oh, spoiler alert! If you're gonna watch this, that's his son. That's Nicolas Cage's son.
Yeah.
And you only notice it because they do a flashback of a small little like him kicking his dad in the leg, and he's pretending to get hurt. It's like playing around with him. There's no training whatsoever.
It's not even worth it. It's like if it was like a 2-minute, well, not even 2-minute flashback, but it was just them just saying like, oh, Nicolas Cage died. And it was one of those like, oh, well, he was one of us, blah, 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 Jake, blah, blah. You didn't know he was your dad?
He was?
Yeah, like exactly. It had no purpose to the story. You could have let him just be whoever he was. But no, they just had to throw that in there to try to, pull up some heartstrings that didn't exist. Mm-hmm. It was so dumb.
Yeah. You mean to tell me just because he finally remembered who he was, he became a better fighter? How does that work?
Didn't mention it after the fight at all. Like, oh, he would have been proud. Like, no, it just didn't matter at all.
Yep. And they were about to start fucking in the temple.
Yeah.
Like literally they were about to have sex in the temple.
Or, like was Nicolas Cage buried? Did they bury him in that thing? Or was that just like a shrine thing?
Everybody was just chilling. Everybody, like all the bodies was probably where they left them.
Because they showed
home chick was just probably hanging there, on them hooks where she got left, They didn't give a shit.
See, they had, besides transitions that didn't make no sense, they also had comic book style transitions in it. And the one where he died, it showed the thing that they were sitting on that he had Asian chick propped up on. So I'm assuming that, because they made it look like, oh, that was his grave, or that's where they buried him, or whatever, or entombed him, rather. And that's what I thought it was. And I was like, you just gonna bang on top of your dad like that? That's kind of...
I mean, when the black dude showed up, he was like, y'all just gonna get it on in this hot ass temple, huh? That's what I was thinking. Like he literally said what I was thinking. It was like, really? like just gonna do this while the alien is still out there walking around looking to kill something. Just
the part that got me was what he said after that. Oh, she's wounded. Really though? Because she wasn't wounded 5 seconds ago. Well, when you was about to bend her over.
Does she need a stitch job? I mean, well, somebody's about to get a job real quick. May not be no stitches, but yeah. It's worth the watch if you're a Nicolas Cage fan.
Yeah, he was okay in the movie. He was Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. And
that was it.
And some nice fight scenes. That was it. Like honestly, basically, if there's no fight scene, you can literally just skip through it until you find another fight scene, and you'll still get the gist of the story.
Yeah. Watch all the alien fight scenes. Watch the Nicolas Cage fight scene. And that's it. Yeah, that's the whole movie.
Yeah. Before we go, What's your favorite Nicolas Cage movie?
Oh, I have a few. Like I'm a Nicolas Cage fan. Like a lot of people would say the one movie where he runs down the street yelling, "I'm a vampire," like a damn idiot.
Okay,
I've never seen that movie, but I would
I haven't
say
seen it here.
yeah, that's like one of his classic out there movies. But um, I don't know, man. Like I like Nicolas Cage from when he was in his heyday. So like Gone in 60 Seconds. That kind of
Oh,
that era of Nicolas Cage. Even when he did Ghost Rider, I thought that was okay.
okay.
That era of Nicolas Cage movies. Like I've seen pretty much all of his movies, Con Air and everything. Like he's been in a bunch of movies that I did like. If I had to
Yeah.
pick a favorite of his, Gone in 60 Seconds is probably my top Nicolas Cage movie.
And what's your second one?
Uh, I want to say Con Air, but I'm sure I can think of a better one. I don't know. You kind of putting me on the spot here.
I already got my two.
I don't know. One that I liked, I wouldn't really call it like a favorite, but one of his movies that I thought was incredibly a stupid premise, but then when I watched it, it was okay.
Mm.
What was it called? Next or something, where he was the casino grifter guy, but he could see like 30 seconds into the future.
Oh wow, I never seen that.
Oh, you never seen it? It's pretty good. He plays a guy with precognitive abilities. And basically, he's a casino guy where he goes into a casino and tries to grift the casino, but he always loses because he is he's like a grifter guy, but he has a heart, So it's like
Mm.
he won't do so much shitty things, and he's on the run from the government because if he ever figures like, all right, if they ever called me, they would lock me up to try to study this ability or whatever. And the FBI knocks on his door, they find him and everything, and they get him, and he thinks it's because like, oh, they're gonna kidnap me and study me. But it's like, no, look, terrorists have a bomb in the city and we don't know where it is. So they get his help to try to think and precog his way to figure out where this bomb is. The only problem is, like I said, it only works like 30 seconds ahead of him. And he has to be where it is. So he can't just be like, oh, the bomb is in New York or whatever, go get it. Don't work that way.
Mm.
He can only see around him. So that like the whole second half of the movie is him trying to find out where the bomb is, and they do really cool special effects with it and stuff. Where he sees there's at the crux of the movie where he has to save the female lead in the movie that's with him because he's starting to catch feelings for her. And they basically, the bad guy of the movie has her at gunpoint. Is like, I'll shoot her if you come near me, and he's like 30 feet away. So he takes a step closer, he blows her brains out. So then, and he's seeing that, he's seeing it 30 seconds ahead. So he's like, okay, I can't take that step. So as he's stepping closer, the guy points the gun at him and shoots. And like every time he's shooting at Nicolas Cage, it's like he's getting shot and falling over and dying. But it's like he's reading where not to step and what not to do to find the right path to get to where to save her. Really cool
Oh,
way
that's
that they
dope.
did that. It was a
Okay.
cool movie.
I feel like that's not reading 30 seconds into the future. I feel like that's like fate as opposed to like 30 seconds into the future.
Yeah. It's like he can read
Um,
all the outcomes within 30 seconds or
yeah,
something like that.
like possibilities or some shit.
Mm.
Uh,
What's your favorite Nicolas Cage movies?
I would say because at first I was gonna say Ghost Rider
Mm-hmm.
and Witcher. Um, you remember Witcher, right?
You mean like the game or the TV
No,
show?
there was a movie called Witcher, just like Witcher, and it was Nicolas Cage.
Was that the one with the
So
bees where he got killed by them, but they pour bees down his throat or whatever?
no,
That
so
movie was messed up too.
actually, hold on, that wasn't Nicolas Cage. That was fucking Vin Diesel, wasn't it?
How the hell you get those two mixed up?
Well, it was because there was another
Vin
movie,
Diesel's. Oh, okay. You know what? I think I know what you're talking about. Vin Diesel's
Season
movie.
of the Witch.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what it was called.
yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, Vin Diesel's movie was him in modern times, and he was immortal fighting the witch or whatever. But yeah,
Yeah,
that was the movie where Nicolas Cage was like a crusader or something back in the day. Yeah,
like
that was a hard movie too.
legit Season of the Witch, which was Nicolas Cage, was
Mm.
literally just The Witcher. Like I because that was when Witcher 3 was out. I wanted to like in 2011. I wanted to see a Witcher movie so fucking bad, and that like Witcher was so popular. Season of the Witch came out, and then literally Witcher, which was Vin Diesel's movie, came out, and I'm like, both of these movies are copping off of The Witcher so hard right now.
Well, I think Witcher 3 came out after that, didn't it? Because if that was 2011, Witcher 3 came out, I want to say like 2015, 2016.
Maybe it was the Witcher movie then. Well, shit, you still got Witcher 2. You know what I mean? Like
True.
Witcher in general was like a very, very popular game, like a series from back then. And I remember watching Vin Diesel's version. He had a silver sword. I was like, that's really Witcher shit. You know what I mean? And he had a league of other witch
hunters and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, this is the Witcher game, but you're just not putting the actual name on it. You know what I mean? You don't have the money to do that, so you have to do it this way. Just like Clash of the Titans was basically just God of War. Like it was the exact same thing.
Well, I'll tell you what, when I seen that movie, that didn't remind me of The Witcher. It reminded me of like all those knockoff urban fantasy Dresden novels. That's what that reminded me of. Except you're not making him a mage, but it's like, okay, you're in an urban environment. He works with the church. It's like go on fighting demons and spirits and shit.
But he poured something on his sword so that way he can actually kill the witch. I was like, that's Witcher, man.
Yeah,
like
it is.
You literally had to brew a potion and pour it on your silver sword. Why would you have two swords at that point? Why would you call like witch hunters? I was like, nigga, this is Witcher. This is what it is. But anyway, I'm gonna take that one off. Season of the Witch. I'm gonna remove that one. I'll still keep Ghost Rider because that was really good. I still liked it. More of the effects than his acting. But he was still good. The other one I'm gonna put in that place is The Magician's Apprentice.
That was alright, yeah.
I really liked that. Like favorite part was when Homeboy did like the spell and it had all those buckets of water and the brooms. It was like Fantasia, like the Mickey Mouse. It was so clean. Like the whole magic thing. I love the whole magician magic thing. So like that's like my favorite part of the whole movie. But also Nicolas Cage did extremely well in that movie too. Yeah. And he just wasn't crazy. He was quirky and weird, but he wasn't crazy like he usually is.
Yeah, a lot of people bag on Nicolas Cage for his, they always say he can't act or his movies or shit, but it's like, if you put him in a right role, like in Gone in 60 Seconds, I thought he was fine. He wasn't eccentric. He wasn't crazy. Like he could be manic at times or obsessive, but that's the kind of character he is. I mean, I just think he's not one of those actors that's like those, what do they call them? Like those thespian stage actors where you can emote very well. He's not. Yeah. He's not one of those kind of guys. So you have to put him in a role that can fit him, so to speak.
Yeah, his market.
Yeah. Like Gone in 60 Seconds. If you can make a guy who steals cars, that could be any actor, anybody could play that role. But Nicolas Cage, I will say, does have a kind of charisma to who he is. And he may be quirky and stuff in real life, wasting all his money buying all his trinkets and comics, and I think he even bought a pyramid or something in Tennessee or something. He wastes his money on some really dumb shit. But it's like, if you get him to do one of your movies, it's like you're getting him because he's Nicolas Cage. You're not getting him to play a certain character, and he's the only actor that can do it. So these are.
Let us know.
Oh, I was gonna say, I don't know why he agreed to do this movie though, but maybe he need that check. COVID hitting everybody hard.
I really should have paid attention to the credits. He's probably a producer on the credits.
like this was his movie he wanted to make.
Hey, I mean, if you're gonna waste your money on bullshit, nah. Anyway, let us know your favorite Nicolas Cage movie at the comments. Also, even though pretty much said the end of the movie, would you still watch it?
Yeah.
Let us know that too. Like, comment, subscribe, all that other good shit, and catch you guys later.
And I'm gonna just end with one little thing. If you guys have a really cool martial arts movie that you saw that we haven't seen, also let us know down in the comments below. We're both into that, and we love to watch that kind of stuff. So let us know. But later, YouTube.